Hail friends, welcome back. In this episode, we're hanging out in the somewhat rare bridge slash mine camp in Chardok on the Project 99 Green server, of course. In my time in Chardok, which was right around, I'd say 40 hours, I didn't see a lot of people camping this camp. So, if you're in a mid-50s group, you're looking for somewhere to land, maybe Seb's too busy, Velks is too busy, this might be a really good option for you. At level 56, I saw quite a few things that were green and red, so I felt like I could have probably camped and hung out here well into level 60 if I so desired to do so. So this camp kind of has some nice loot too. So right out of the gate, I noticed a lot of names showing up and showering us with their fat loot. So I had that sweet shaman necklace, also ended up with a Chardok pipe. As you can see there, we've got a spell dropping as well, a necromancer pet, which should sell pretty well. And yeah, there's our necromancer getting killed by his charm pet. How's that? Anyways, moving on from that, I would say neither of those is really like amazing and going to make me thousands of platinum, but still I did see a couple of good drops that I felt like were worth a pretty good chunk of change. So if you're broke, this might be a good camp as well to kind of start stacking some loot up and getting some things to sell. So let's talk about the travel to the camp real quick. That was a little bit nerve-wracking for myself as a non-invis casting cleric. I was pretty fortunate. I remember using one charge on my ring to get here. You can see we've got another necromancer spell dropping level 57. Unfortunately, my market carn did not drop here, and I ended up paying an arm and a leg for it in sad face. So I don't recall the exact specifics of how to get here because I'm doing this video quite some time after I actually was in the camp. So, I do recall from the castle entrance you hit the bridge, and basically you take a little leap of faith off the side of the bridge, land in this pit, and there you are, right? The jump did not kill me, so, good news on that. You can see there I kind of boo-booed a little bit and threw a stun in too early. But for the most part, the group I was in, very skilled. I had very few issues. I had constant mana songs pumping, getting mana from the necro, and it was an all-around positive experience group of these folks. And yeah, I can't really come up with a lot of bad things about this camp other than it might be difficult to get out if you're a melee person and you don't have a gate. I can see that being a little bit of a pain, but yeah, other than that, wonderful camp, highly recommended. So you see these slave corpses laying around. There's like some escaped slaves hanging out here that kind of tie back to various factions. So basically, for me, they never attacked me personally, but what kept happening was somebody would AE or tab target them on accident and aggro them, get a faction hit, all that good stuff. Personally, I didn't have any issue with them. I kind of viewed them as a minor annoyance at worst. Yeah, they just really kind of are there for flavor more than anything. So not a huge threat to your party. I kind of perched up on this rock, as you can see, and that's where I, as a cleric, decided was the best place for me to be. If I needed to hop down because I pulled aggro, I was right there. There's a couple of other spots you can kind of perch up on that I kind of go into later, and there I am kind of looking up at that bridge, trying to get my bearings a little bit. So let's talk about the mobs we fight. As you can see, we've got some undead, a reanimated dragoon. I saw in my time in this camp a lot of constructs, including a big ass named one named the Bridge Keeper, which I don't have any footage of, but I did grab a screenshot of, so I'm going to use that as my thumbnail probably. But yeah, lots of undead, lots of constructs, occasional chocodice, so there are some beasts down here if you've got a druid in the group that wants to do some charming. Obviously, we've got a necro doing some charming. Obby, a very skilled necromancer, I very much enjoy working with. So, the last little thing I want to talk about is Sarnax. Most of the ones we saw were warriors and wizards. So it was very common for a gravity flux, I think, was one of the spells I saw get used. Or, what's the other one I was thinking of? An ice comet. Yes, ice comets fly around here a lot. So if you watch my last video, you know, hey, you have to kind of watch out for those dispels and also those ice comets. They can, in fact, be deadly if you have no hit points like myself. How sad. So, the last type of construct that I saw, or sorry, the last type of Sarnax that I saw, rather, was Necromancer. So, what would happen is your guy goes out the pool, it starts casting like dooming darkness on him. He gets around the corner, maybe it's like completely crippled him. So that did happen on a couple of occasions. They may have actually been Shadow Knights, perhaps. But either way, you know, your puller gets snared, starts getting stacked with nasty dots. So just kind of be aware of that. From this position, I was usually able to land a heal, but you know, there's always a million things that can go wrong when you've got the puller incoming and you heal them, not knowing exactly what they may have brought home, per se. So, you know, as far as training in this camp goes, you know, in the castle entrance, I kind of talked a lot about, you know, getting trained, and, you know, just for clarity, I don't think anyone was really doing it intentionally. I think it was just some pathing and strange mechanics that led the super buff mobs to destroy us. I did not see that here. Now you can see somebody just kind of ran through the camp. Again, they seem to be doing quests, or maybe going deeper inside to charm stuff. Not really 100% sure, but I did see quite a lot of people running through this area doing different things. There you go, we have our cats and pets. I was actually getting ready to end this video at this point, but right about then, coming around the corner, I see, I saw the incoming message for the watch captain, so I decided to go ahead and keep recording. And yeah, we started beating the crap out of this dude. I wish I would have caught him. I didn't, unfortunately. I threw a stun in there, he resisted. Thankfully, our shaman got back in time to slow. I say thankfully as if like the group ever went below, you know, 90% life on this fight. But as you can see, we melted him down pretty quick. I got a stun in there kind of towards the end of his life. And it won't take much longer, and he's going to be laying on the ground, giving us a nice satchel of loot. Come on. Yep, wacky, whack, whack. Yep, dead. Alright, so yeah, as you can see here, we got a wonderful earring. The earring of twisted leaves, which casts Scale of Wolf for druids or shamans. I personally was like, I've never actually used that thing, and I usually just wolf form or Spirit of Wolf on my druid, so meh. Don't know how much it sells for. Obviously, because I'm the luckiest person alive, I lost the roll, sad face. But anyways, in a nutshell, that's my take on this Chardok bridge / mine camp. So if you're on Project 99 or any, maybe even Project Form, definitely recommend you check this camp out. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Actually, it'd be kind of fun to be here on Teak as well with all the random drops and such. So with that being said, folks, thank you for watching and enjoy your adventures in EverQuest. Bye, everybody.